around for like 8 years, and she's one of them.
Down inside, turnaround shooting over Fiacco, and that's a bucket for Jade Geif.
Defensively, Gary, is to pack it in and dare their opponents to beat them from the outside. If Lafayette can knock down the perimeter jump shots consistently, their chances today are going to be terrific.
Well, there's Kara Pollinger knocking down a triple. That's her 23rd of the year. Navy likes to hit the three, John. They now have 94 of them.
I mean, she has really played with a lot of authority, a lot of confidence these last 3 or 4 games.
Nobody is subbed yet, which is highly unusual. Way outside by Pollinger, and she'll knock down her second triple, her 24th of the season, and gives Navy the lead back at 8-7.
Diane Nolan is exhorting man-to-man. They stepped off Maddie Fayen, and she made him pay.
Maddie knocks down her 5th triple of the season. There's a bucket that's dropped by Audrey Bauer, so she gets on the board.
Get it to the rim. Still 4 seconds to shoot, but a tough call right here.
Up, and finally they get a field goal. That's their first field goal since 14-12 to go in the first half. They get it in the last second, and they cut the deficit to 12. But the Lafayette Leopards with a very good first half under Coach Nolan. As you get a look at that outside drop by Maddie Fayen, and then good work inside by Emily Holman. We'll be back with Chick-fil-A. Did not have much success. Lafayette stays in that man-to-man defense. Inside. Oh, here's the battle. What do you do? Well, you do that. Nice job by Geif. I think they realize, John, they've got to figure out a way to get Geif on the board.
Yeah.
Fiacco out. McGorry in for her. There's a nice little play. A little give and go. Audrey Bauer down the paint, and Navy has the first points of this second half. They've dropped the first 4. Talk about just getting a little tougher, and it looks like they have.
I don't think there's any question about it.
Strong rebound inside by Geif. Up and a nice back cut. And this is a different Navy team right now, as Pollinger will get that bucket, and Lafayette is forced to call a timeout. It's been all Navy out of the locker room. They've scored 6 unanswered.
Yeah, we'll see now.
11 seconds without a field goal. Here's Dan Matty. He was in that huddle.
All right, thanks a lot, Gary. Lafayette's going to try to stem the tide here with the offensive firepower of Navy. They're going to do that by going to Holman and Fiacco inside, and if that's not a shot, they'll kick it back outside and try something from the perimeter. Now back to you.
Well, that triple was drained by Audrey Bauer. She leads the team in threes with 27 of them. Allow Lafayette to play the kind of game they did in the first half. Way outside, back-to-back threes. Uh-oh. Audrey Bauer starting to feel it. She's their leading scorer, and she has dropped the last 6 points for Navy.
Well, the percentages tell
a little too hard to handle. Bounced off her hands into the basket. Fayen battling, can't get it. Membreno comes up with it. She'll kick it out for a 3. Edwards will drain, and all of a sudden, a team that had 93 triples coming in is starting to knock them down here in the second half. And Emily right on the spot, rebound bucket.
Great job by Peabody, though, to get the ball to the rim and then let your big kids go to work. Got to find her.
And
wow.
It'll drop again. Audrey Bauer 3 for the last 3. And just like that, Navy has tied this ball game up.
They've played so well so far. Gary, the biggest thing they've done is answer that charge by Navy.
Well, we mentioned the first half they didn't have a funk. We've seen ebb and flow almost every game. Boy, that's a quick release by Pollinger.
Navy needed it. Navy needed it because Lafayette was threatening to run away in the game.
Samantha Jordan with a catch and a throw. No, doesn't go. Rebound the mids. On the move is Pollinger. Pollinger going to go end to end. Yes.
Wow. She pulled up. It was Maddie Fayen.
Gain about 6 inches. Whoa, something went wrong there. That was much too easy. Driving inside is Pollinger. She has 15 points, and Navy has the lead back. So they've overcome a 15-point deficit. Out of Bowie, Maryland. She's a freshman, 5'9". Holman working against Geif. Geif wins the battle. And Navy now with their largest lead of this game with 4.
Danielle Fiacco's against Lafayette, but she was just a terror on the boards despite her size.
Back cut up in Pollinger. She has 17 points. And we're going to get another timeout called down on the floor as Diane looks up and sees a 9-point deficit. I think she's going to do a little chewing out right now, Mr. Leone.
Watch the back screen, Gary. And if you're Lafayette defending, in that case, I believe it was Emily Holman, the freshman. She's got to see her persons now. Big possession.
And it's down. Bucket by Bauer. She's the veteran.
And she has really hurt the Leopards in the second half, and none bigger than that. It's back to a 7-point lead with a minute and a half.
She is average. Membreno, she'll go all the way. And get it. That's her first field goal of the game. But she has 14 rebounds, and I think every loose ball she was around.
So thanks for joining us.
Thanks. All right, Dan, thank you very much, and good luck to Ian Dixon. Lafayette with a double team. And now we get a foul called on Jordan. Diane Nolan thought that they may be able to get away without the foul there. I'm not sure she liked that call.
She thought, Gary, and I thought also that was an awfully long 5-second. You're allowed 5 seconds to inbound the ball. Diane Nolan was pleading her case that it was well over 5.
It is a 1-and-1 for Geif, who is 1 for 2 from the line and a 57% free throw shooter. It's a 2-point, make it a 3-point game right now.
Gary, I started saying that on that last Lafayette possession, if the 3 presents itself, go ahead and take it. So often you see teams prematurely start chucking 3s.
Well, it's a 2-possession game right now after those 2 missed foul shots. Freeland up and it looked good from here. Does not go. And the rebound controlled by Geif. There's a foul that needed to be taken.
A cool, calm basketball coach.
Foul shot's not critical. Doesn't change the situation much. It's a 5-point ball game. Lafayette needs to get something quickly. Up, and under, and no. And Navy's going to win this basketball game. And it will be the Mids who will win game 1 in the Patriot League. And this one's going to sting a little bit. Lafayette had played as well as you can play in a first half with a 15-point lead, a 12-point halftime lead, only to see that all disappear and Navy to win this ball game by 5, 60-55.